Hi, YouTube. I thought I'd chat with you a little bit more about what I heard about narcissists today. I have limited TV channels, so when I was scrolling my Facebook, no, actually, I was making my bed. I had on whatever the show is with Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest. So I don't recall the name of the show, but anyway, they had a thing on there about narcissists and that they're never depressed. They did a study. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, they have fake smiles. To me, their demeanor, they're always depressed. So how would they be able to study that? You know? And they have fake laughs, fake. I mean, if you get a real laugh out of a narcissist, you're a comedian big time or very witty because it takes a lot. These people walk around in depression constantly. So to me, they're just trying to push that because they don't care about other people and they only care about themselves. Well, I that does make them happy, I guess. So their depression makes them happy. When I got with Doug, he appeared to be my best friend because he had gone through a 20-year marriage and she cheated on him. And so I could really relate to what he was going through. His appeared to be depressed. Well, until they find somebody new to use, they would be depressed or appear to be in that respect. So that part was kind of probably somewhat real. So I disagree with their new findings that they aren't depressed because I think they're pushing that not caring about other people is a good thing because that is the message that the professionals now a psychiatrist anyone that I know and you first do no harm in any kind of medical whether it's emotional or physical, and I've taken the Hippocratic oath and I know, and some of my viewers are in the medical professional field, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. First do no harm. So how or why would a psychiatrist put out there a study that I deem untrue? You know, that's my opinion. And because like I say, they're always depressed. You show me a happy narcissist and I'll show you a fake ass son of a gun. I'm serious. They appear to be happy in a crowd. If they're being praised by people around them or any kind of attention, they have to be not the center of attention, the object, you know, the object of it. So, no, deep deep down, my conclusion is no, that study is bull because these people are depressed. If they weren't depressed, they wouldn't be so miserable. I mean, how can they say that? It's an out and out lie. So they said that their demeanor, like I say, of only caring about themselves and um, not having any remorse for things that they do and being really egotistical, you know, um, whether it be some think they're just the bee's knees when it comes to looks and intelligence and whatever, and others there's different types and different scales of narcissism, and others feel um uh that they don't look good enough or wish they could be, or and they envy other people, they envy other people's looks, they envy other people's intelligence. If you have a skill, what they do is always better. It doesn't matter if you see, that's more important type of thing, you know. um I'll get down to the bare bones one thing, like I told Doug, you know, yeah, because he can do all the mechanical too, and I can do all of that if I wanted to, which I have done a lot of it. but I'm not really, and neither does he. We don't really like having to use like grease or petroleum or taking old parts off. It's pretty nasty, but you got to do what you got to do to earn a living in life, no matter where you are. You know, there, whatever the need. See, I went into the fields. I figured, what do people need? Food and health care. So, you know, my first studies were into healthcare, but then I went into food and management course and chef's class so I could run a restaurant, business management when I was 15. So just in case. And that really helped with the next step of my college education being clerical and software. So all that put together really helped me in my life, and you know, along with all the nutrition training and different things I've done. So, yeah, get back there. This part of my hair, if I keep it tied back, it keeps straight from my ponytail, but I got rather curly hair, so it wants to do whatever it wants to do. One of them things. Not super curly, but in some spots, like these are like little curls, you know, and a lot of it's wavy, like from on the top too. But yeah, so it's crazy, a little bit crazy, yeah. So, but I use my blow dryer and straighten it out with my hand. I'll sit there and so, yeah. But yeah. So I think they are trying to push that. Gee, just be a cruel sucker in your life, and you'll be happy. You know. Yeah, I don't care that you just fell down, you know. I'm happy about it, you know. Seriously. Yeah, they don't have compassion for people that are injured only if they are, you know. Yeah, that study is just all wrong, you know. They did ask something like, did they do a study or something about the study? Maybe I'll recall it, but yeah, I just thought, yeah, they can act anyway. They're very good actors, but I think a person has to be really injured or hurt emotionally before these narcissists can get in there and play their game like that, because Doug appeared to be in the same mindset when I was getting my own place to raise my children without their father, and he got to know how I was treated and how not to treat me at that time, if you see where I'm coming from. So these things are sneaky, really, really sneaky. And I'm not stupid, so for him to be that good of an actor at that time, it tricked me. Of course, when you run across something that you've never seen before, that can be deceiving. You know, so I'm serious. I laugh, but I'm dead serious about this. Yeah, because he's not your average bear. He's very different and very intelligent, highly intelligent. So, and it's nice to have somebody to talk to on that level. But it's not that he's an out and out liar to me. It's just that he it's by omission, you know. And I'm just waiting to hear it, you know. I'm just waiting. I haven't heard it yet. I'll hear it too. I'll hear it. I'm not gonna beat it out of him, but I'm capable. But I'll flip and hear it before I'm done around here. I'm gonna hear the words that I want to hear. You know, I've been hearing a little more. I just want to hear it. You know. But I did tell him if I broke my hip, because he keeps putting that toilet seat down in the middle of the night because I have osteoporosis. I said, I will hobble into your room and beat you half to death. I didn't say half to death. I said, beat the fuck out of you. I said, I'll kick your motherfucking ass, is what I said. I said, mark my words. If I get hurt because of you, I'm fucking you up. So, anyway, which I wouldn't, but the look of fear on his face was really cool because there was one time I just kicked him out of his chair and he went flying about like 12 feet into a corner, you know. And he deserved it. And I didn't hurt him. I have it was well placed. Just on his butt sitting there. It's like, oh, just kind of sideways kick at him. I did only like once in my life, I had to take somebody out, well, more than once from being hurt. But on a long term basis, I got sick of my 6 foot 5 inch brother and my dad picking on me. But I did a flying drop kick in the middle of him, my brother, in the middle of his back. And I knew it would injure him enough where he wouldn't be hurting me for a while. And then I did start running away from the abuse. And if they made it like a game, hurting me was their game, you know. So, anyway, but I mean, I don't typically hurt people, but there's been times in my life where I've had to, you know. So, yeah. But anyway, and you ladies all know what I'm talking about if you live with a man and if they don't lift the toilet seat, they pee on it. But if they don't put it back down or put it back down in the middle of the night and you're not used to it, it's like, you know, you know. So, and when kids are around, I got in the habit of keeping see, I don't want to put, if somebody, and then they have habit of flushing the toilet after the lid is down, and that'll put stuff up on where you put your back. So it's like if you just leave it up and keep it clean, and I wash it a lot, then it's you know, you can sit down and it's not bad. Yeah. And just out of natural instinct, I always did put my toothbrush in a medicine cabinet or keep it covered. But with people keeping them out in the counter and all that, they say in the bathroom, well then, the whole bathroom's like that. So anyway, there I go on that cleaning thing again. But people that I don't think it's OCD. I think it's we have God in our heart, and this putrid world, the filth in it, has a lot to do with it's steps that we have to take not to really get over it, because you don't get over it, but you deal with it. You know, I don't like the feeling of having to deal with it. I want to move further up north away from even more people. So I passed around on Facebook up by past Duluth, almost 300 more miles north, almost by it's called the Arrowhead. Up by the tip of the Arrowhead, there's a bay on Lake Superior called Grand Portage. It is so beautiful. It's the most beautiful place well, I haven't been around the world, but I've been in Mexico and Canada and most of the states. But for me, it's the most beautiful place in the world. It's so peaceful. And the people around there, a lot of them are like the French Canadian Algonquin blood mixed, and like other nationalities like Norwegians and whatnot that migrated, even like the Irish, and we got everybody around, but because that lake is connected to all the oceans too, so everybody comes in and out of the ports. But um, this is the Boundary Waters canoe area, and very wilderness, and the mountain is so close to the ocean, and the bay is just really quiet, and there's a channel there that when I was a kid, I was swimming with some other kids there, and the whole community were the nicest people. And I think that it's got to be my lineage of some of my native family, like third or fourth cousins, maybe, but it was just weird. Ironic, my parents took me there like the Masons didn't know where everybody came from. Well, anyway, um, I literally was in a park with my birth father, and I remember his face when I was young, about 10 or so. And I was feeding ducks and geese in southern Minnesota where he lived. And it was weird that my mom and I took a trip there, and I was feeding ducks, and I saw this guy, and it was all weird. And I think that was set up too so he could see me. I don't know. It's just really weird because he owned his own business. He was an insurance man, but was selling vacuums when he met my mom and my grandmother. And she's into the craft too. And I don't care, sissy, my sisters, I don't care what you say. When I see a dog, I know it's a flippin' dog, okay? And when you're raised around crafts and the people that use them and what y'all do, or the ones out of our family that do, don't tell me they don't. I'm sorry for you that we have this between us. But I'm standing up what I know is right and saying it like it is in my world, and for you and for everybody else, whether you like me for it or not. That part I have sorrow. I have honor for her giving birth to me. But like she passed around that one meme that a baby could be put in a dumpster instead of adopted. Well, she's right about that. So that's all I'll give her. I'll honor her for that. Period. You know. So when you're doing things wrong in life, you're just not doing them right. That's the end of that story. So, but I know the crafts when I see them. Every single one of them. Should it could be something a person comes from outside, like with their sick dog, like my last video, or some weird perfume that they know, or bring you a gift as in food. Beware of Greeks bearing gifts. Plus, I gotta honestly say, if a Greek brought me a lamb hero, I would eat it like in a moment, and I'd probably die if it was poison, but I've been wanting some of them. So, yeah, they're good. With the tzatziki sauce on there and pita breads, and, really good. Good stuff. I made it with beef, but I'd sure like to have it with lamb. And I've had roast lamb that we've made out on the grill, and I never liked mutton, but out on the grill it is phenomenal. So that's the only way I really think I'll eat it, because I've had roast mutton and mutton chops. And if you put the chops on the grill, I've seen Robin's Hood did that like last year. It's like, oh yeah, okay, that's good, because we the day we got married, we roasted a leg of lamb out on our Texas smoker. So yeah. So yes, that's my synopsis on what I heard on the news, or well, whatever kind of show that is, a variety show, I guess, or whatever. A job for a couple of Mason babies. That's about it. The family. I like how Robin says that. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, I have a grandma heart towards Robin, because people, I know he's exposing people that are scamming, people that are out and out liars, and they're planning ill will towards the average person, and I don't like it either. you know. And I'm with him 100%, behind him 100%, and I can see the things going on in the world just like he said they would happen. just like they are in the Bible. It's not a far stretch to read Revelation and see what's going on, that they're trying to make it come true. You know, only in the end, that's the part that's going to come true, that will be real, and that will be of God, and we'll know it. There'll be no doubt in our minds. You know, you will know. No doubt, no doubt. And when it says every knee shall bow, I foresaw that. Oh, yeah, they will. Some out of respect, some out of shame, some out of admiration of being one with our Creator, um, from His loving guidance. So, but whatever it takes. Let's put it this way, they're going to be a lot more scared in the end than we've ever been. So, and they know, guess what, Satan? There's no more coming around for no come around here no more, you know, because that good energy, that's getting far too powerful, far too powerful. So, and it is a mother's love, um, that we have in this world. And when you got a mom that really loves her kids, there's nothing she will not do for them. I mean, I'm sure she wouldn't kill for them. But then on the other hand, it's highly possible, actually probable. So, yeah, I guess it depends on the situation. Yes, if my child or anybody was going to be hurt in front of me, I'll never sit there and let that happen. Never, ever, ever. No matter where I am. Never have I, never will. I went up against 350 solid pounds when I was a little girl, when my mom was crying. And I always did. And I'd get hell for it. But I always did or said something, I'd find a way. And it started then, you know. So I've never changed. you know. People say, well, this is why I kind of don't believe on being born again. You know, I think that when we're little and we do naughty things that are against God, we know right and wrong right there, and we have that remorse on that second. And when we're older, we find ways not to do that anymore. That's not like we were ever born again. We were born who we are. And so when people say, well, like I used to be this really bad person and I'm born again, I'm very leery of that. I have not seen a leopard change its spots. Have you? I haven't. So, and I'm dealing with family members that have spots, you know, and I'm not backing down. I've never seen any of you do anything like I do it. And I've heard, well, nobody's exactly the same. The people of God are exactly the same like that. We understand each other. And all these things out here, don't judge people and be kind to everybody. Yeah, kind. But I'm still going to be kind like you on your level. So I mean, I will end it like out of my life, get away from me before I even entertain that company. You know, it's like if you are so different, first, I wouldn't invite you to my home at all. And well, actually, first, you would think to yourself, I better not go around her because I'm not going to get anywhere with this. I won't be able to run my scam, run my mouth, no matter what they try and run on me. I bust you. You can't deal with it, that type of thing, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to let you go now. I just really felt like I think another thing they're going to try and pull is if you can be more self centered, that it might be better for your health or, pushing that bullshit. You show me a truly happy narcissist, miserable MFers that they are. Not rich and not pretending. I'm talking about your average everyday person. You show me a happy narcissist and I'll take you out to eat. You bring a happy narcissist in front of me, somebody that doesn't care about anybody else in the world but themselves, and I'll go out and buy you the nicest place locally, the nicest meal that you want, because that is never going to happen. Just for you ones that have family members that you're praying for and fretting and stressing for, stop it. Just quit. It's not going to help. You're just wasting your mind and wasting your time. Put it in God's hands. Don't ask Him every day. Just say, there it is. I know you will help this person and let it go. You know, really. Yes, let it go. If you're stuck where you're at, distance yourself, limit your time with these people. The more your time you give them, the more wasting you're going to do of yours and the more miserable they want to make you. And you will, just from being around that negative energy. You know, it does. It's like ugh, it's like a dark ghost walked into the room and surrounds this person. And to get at this person with your speech, you gotta get through that slimer, gotta get through the ghost. It's like, ugh, I don't like having to struggle to speak to someone. It's like most people you can think on that same level and you're hearing each other. These people have honed themselves so deeply with their lies that they lost that ability to really go there. So before words were put here like that to deceive for people, human beings didn't have a problem, you know, but they got all kinds of them now. And that mainstream media does not help at all. What they did this morning, pulling that bullshit. So, needed to tell you about it. So, okay, everybody. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota. Have a good day or night wherever you're at. Can you believe these things trying to push the crap they're trying to push on us? Unbelievable.